Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com with match number 2 with our PTQ. Our PTQ hopes and dreams are on the line. We have to win this game. Pressure is on. Yes, we'd like to play first. At least we won the die roll. This is not going to be a keepable hand. Against Burn, this is fine. Against most decks, this is actually okay. I'm going to keep it. It's one of those, it's like, I've got action for 4 turns after this. So even if I miss my land drop, I can play cards. And in Modern, that's actually more important than really like hitting land drops and progressing the board state so much. Modern seems to be the format with the most, especially with the metagame right now, with the most card advantage means the absolute most. So we'll start off here with Wimber's Heights. Hopefully see all non-land permanents. And I guess the best card with this hand to put underneath is still the Honor of the Pure. And next turn we can lead off with like a Serra Ascendant. Or a Soul Warden, or a Soul. Any one of them is fine. Of course, I'd love to see Burn. Burn would be ideal. I would not like to see Tron again. I'd not like to see Bloom. I'd not like to see Scape Shift. Any Storm or combo-based deck. We are just dead in the water. But that's Modern. DeRosa from Channel Fireball, Paulo Vitor DeRosa. He wrote an article about Modern and how he suggested 20-card sideboard just to hate out all of the different combo decks. And I kind of agree with him. It's so hard going into a tournament. It seems to me that Modern, and you can say this for any format. Legacy's probably worse, to be honest with you. But Modern is one of those that the most important thing you can do is pick the right deck to play in that tournament. So I'm not liking to see Darkslick Shores unless this is going to be Delver. Let's not miss our land drop, but we only need one more land. We're fine. Again, this could end up being a pretty bad trap hand. Oh, we hit it. So this becomes the most beautiful hand in the entire world. Do I want to run into a Spell Snare? No, I don't. So I'm just going to go Soul Warden. And Soul Tenant. And then we will start the yields of the triggers. And he's probably a Thought Scour himself. Okay, this is Delver. And Tasigur, one of his cards that is so good versus me, goes to the bin. So this is looking extremely good. No first turn Delver. He could go Angler here, and if he casts an Angler, then I just RX Champion and basically smile, because RX Champion can block the Angler forever. Looks like he's going to Thought Scouring himself again, or Serum Visions. So there's the Visions. I was thinking about putting a Rest in Peace in the deck, because it is so good versus Delver. I mean, look right here. If I had I land a Rest in Peace, there's 4 cards in the graveyard he can never use to delve to get out nonsense stuff like earlier Tassigurs or Murderous Cuts. But of course, I'd love to draw into a land drop. If I do draw into a land, then we can stick the Spectral Procession. Again, I'm not going to run out an Art Champion to do a Spell Snare. I'm pretty sure the guy has it. There's Secure the Waste. So we will just Soul Attendant. And Serra Ascendant. And if he casts a creature, our Ascendant will be online due to the fact that when I cast a creature on my turn, it'll be a 6/6. So the risky keep ends up paying off for sure. Okay, this is going to be Esper Mentor. And there's an Angler that gets chucked in the graveyard. At this point, I think he has to kill the Sarah Ascendant. But it looks like he's just going to Angler here. Which puts my Ascendant up. So we'll Pride Mate and see if he mana leaks it. Nope. So Ascendant's going to be very powerful. And so is the Pride Mate. So I'm up to a 38, and now my Pride Mate's bigger than his Angler. Looking very good for us. He does have, like, I'm going to have to bring in the one of Wrath of God in this deck because the Mentor can get really out of control. Mentor's a little more powerful than the Pyromancer. Young Pyromancer, as the guys are white, not red, so I can't stall the board out with Arctic Champion. I don't know if he plays some other shenanigans like Damnations in the deck. I am not very familiar with the Esper Mentor deck, to be honest. I mean, it might not be as good of a matchup as Delver is. But I should be good here. So he gets to draw a card. He shocked himself. You got to think he's got like a cryptic command here. It's a Path to Exile. Okay. But we'll still get in here for the win. He's got to block the Pride Mate. Just going to Snapcaster Path. That actually does hurt a lot. But it does give us a lot of mana for the Secure the Wastes. And he does go down to a 4, and I'm still at a 41. But you never know, I could get templated out here. Especially if, so Liliana comes out. There goes my Attendant. And now he's going to attack in with the Angler. And he can keep up Mana Leak mana. So this is actually rough. Do I just double Pride Mate here? Or Arc Champion Pride Mate? I'm going to go Arc Champion. Yeah, and then Pride Mate. Okay. So Secure the Waste most likely would have just won the game. Still in really good position. So I think that actually the best card to discard is a Johnny's Pride Mate here. And he's got a Stubborn Denial. That's huge. And he's going to go another Liliana. And the Pridemate can go away. So he's got 2 cards left in hand. And I do believe we just attack into him. Can he just Snapcaster again? If he can, he can. But not going to run a Spectral Procession into a like a Stubborn Denial. There's no way he would have kept a non-counterspell card and then threw away a Stubborn Denial. I guess it counters a non-creature spell, though. So he's going to probe me. See that I have double Secure the Waste, which is annoying. But he's still got to take care of the Arch-Champion and a Secure the Waste. So the Spectral Procession is going to go away. It's the weaker of the cards. He's going to get in with the Angler, so that means he's got a way to deal with both the Champion and the Secure the Waste. And there's the Stubborn Denial. So what is the 1 card left in his hand? Could be a Snapcaster Mage. So I think we actually draw it out right now, if it is a Snapcaster Mage, and that way I know not to attack into it. No, we don't. We just attack into him. See if he has it. And then we will Secure the Waste. Which he is definitely on fumes now. He's got to top deck into an Answer and kill one of my soldiers. Which now allows me to have another Secure the Waste. He's got another path. So I'll just do it right now. Now 4 of them. Now let's see what he can do. He does top deck into not the Answer. Whoa, he sure found some answers there at the end. That was a little bit rough. I don't know about if he's going to use anything for Sundering Growth that can take care of. If that's the case, Stony Silence, I think it's a little bit better. It does take care of, like, Mishra's Bauble. I know he's playing those. But I do want the Wrath of God, and I do want the Path to Exiles. because his deck is going to be bigger creatures that I need to deal with, like the Mentor I have to deal with. Same with the Tasigur. Arc Champion can actually come in. It's fine. The cards that are weak in this matchup are, I think, going to be the Martyr of the Sands. I do like Return of the Ranks, though. Do I like Return of the Ranks? Yeah, well, he's got Paths. So Return's not nearly as a trump card. I'm going to keep one in. And I think we can go down in... Got a lot of non-creature spell stuff. Just 2 of the Soul Sisters are fine. Suppression Field actually does seem good with Mishra's Bauble as well. But the Suppression Field can also make my Ghost Quarter or my Windburst Heights. And what else? And I guess Suppression Field does work with his Tasigur. So what other cards in his deck? Liliana. I don't think it's quite a necessity. And again, I don't think Archangel's a necessity either. I'm going to just submit this. And are we playing up? Is that what it showed? We are playing up. All right, so this is an interesting hand. This is something that I keep it for sure. I mean, I wish we didn't have the Windburst Heights here. We do start off with a Attendant for sure. So I'm sure he's going to Thought Scour himself first turn. Serum Visions. I kind of want to Windburst Heights so I can guarantee an Arc Champion, but I think we just play, let's throw out a 1-drop, make him deal with it. And then that kind of like really tempts him to go Angler, and then if we... Depends what we draw here. Hopefully this will give us more information. No, it's still going to be Soul Attendant. And Alice sacrifices Bauble. And he can easily get out an Angler, and that is rough if he can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's going to be Tasigur here. Yeah, that's rough. And we do miss the land drop, so we can't get the Arc Champion out. So now I'm wishing I would have done it a different way. Ranger can go on the bottom here. And unfortunately, that's that. We need that land. And at this point, what do I start baiting off? Like Honor the Pures? To try to get countered? We need to stick that Arc Champion. We have to. It is so good versus him. So I'm going to take the 4. He missed his land drop, but he gets to draw a card now. I'm going to Pride Mate. And it sticks. Wow, okay, now I'm wishing I would have got the... Doubt he'll throw a Snapcaster in front of this. Hope he just paths it. Oh, that's beautiful. Because that does give us another land. Can't return the ranks it back, but now I can just Spectral Processions. And he's banking on that Tasigur. Hope he taps out. So Mana Leak probably still in his hand. At this point, I think I have to try to stick it. Oh, that is beautiful, beautiful. And again, if he wants to throw a Snapcaster for a Soul Attendant, I'm happy. That's fine. Another path isn't the worst thing in the world to happen to an Arc Champion, because we again get the mana we need. So Thoughtscour finds him great cards in the graveyard. No path. He can start getting value out of the Tassiger. Yep, there's the free Mishra's Baubles every turn, basically. Lingering Souls is kind of a joke, because there, look, it just reset my life total. And this allows me to stick a Soul Warden, as well as an Honor. Which a Spellseeker could hit. But I've got a backup Honor. So Stubborn Denial. Yep. Meh, he can do that all he wants. The Lingering Souls are the most least threatening thing in the world right now. He flashes back, I gain 3 life. Or I gain 6 life. And yep, I think this is fine. To attack him with everything in Ranger? Nah, we'll go for a Pridemate. Which is going to be bigger than a Tassiger. It's my Goif. And then pass the turn. The cool thing is we have the Wrath of God and the Return the Ranks. He Thought Scours again. Look at all those. That's trips on the Thought Scours. Down to 35 cards. I'll give him back Thought Scours if he wants at this point. I think they do use, this deck does use a one of the 5/5 flyer as well. Delver. So explosives for 2. That does hurt. There's a Flagstone, so we can either go a Ranger or a Wrath of God, since we can just get everything back with Special Possession and Return the Ranks. What do I do here? I think I just attack him with the Pridemate and hopefully he engineers explosives. He just takes it. I can make him engineered here. with a Secure the Waste for 3. But that kind of seems... Yeah, I'm just going to keep the Secure the Waste open. That's fine. Gained him Steam out of life again. That only kills 2 cards. So Suppression feels not too bad in this matchup. Neither is, with all the fetch lands too, neither is Stony Silence if I know he can engineer explosives. Again, that is more than fine. Gets in for 3. I'm down to a whopping 31. And huge jeopardy. And he's going to Angler here. Which at this point, I could Wrath of God. Which would be, if he doesn't have the counterspell, it'd just be game. What I think I'm just going to do is attack him with the Warriors and then... So I'm going to Honor here. See if that baits out a counterspell. And I actually do think I get in with everything. He's in a Snapcaster Path. Okay. It's going to be awesome if he passed a token. I don't care about the 2 life that Ranger. I want him to use the path. He's going to use the path. And I hope he does it right now. Yeah, so he passed, so now we can cast the Ranger. Gain 2 more life, goes up to 37. We're still so out of... Or 38, excuse me. 37. 37. And just go at 2 Sarah's Ascendants. Which makes him want to attack into me now. And get another Plains. And still have a 4-3. And a 2-2 to threaten. Hope he just casts like a Liliana here, and then I can Wrath. So he's attacking here to try to get me under the life total of 30, which I'm okay with, because it's so easy for me to get back up to where I need to be. And there's the Lily. So let's just hope for not a stubborn denial. Because we are going for it. So do I care about okay. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that, because if he does have the stubborn denial, I'm in a bit of an issue. Yep. So I could have kept a 4-3 back. Now he's going to make me discard a card. I believe at this point I just discarded Sarah's Ascendant. So maybe I should have just discarded a Soul Warden. So that last Stubborn Denial was definitely a pain. Card is broken in his deck. Way broken. All I need to do though now is let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in the bin. So I need to hit a big Return of the Ranks. Please tap out. You can do it. Don't show me another Stubborn Denial. 4 mana. What is he going to do? He's going to Tasigur, and I'm going to give him a... Yeah, all these are bad. Guess I just give him a Thought Scour. And we will discard the Sarah's Ascendant because we're going to get it back. All right, so here comes the Spectral Processions. Which hits. And we want a Soul Warden, a Soul Attendant. We can basically get... an R8 champion. I think we get them all. So we have to pay 7. Now, if that hits, that should be game. Oh, baby, that does hit. Now he's got to path the Sarah's Ascendant that can attack. And he does have it. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Well, he's got to find an answer for every one of my creatures now. Watch him throw a damnation down. I can recover from a damnation with the ranger, though, is the cool thing. Guess you could have another engineered explosives, and that'd be... There's his fourth thought. Oh, no, we gave him that one back. Another Tassiger. He's got 24 cards left in his deck. He's running out of just things in his deck. Still 2 more paths, though. Still a lot of... That's his last Saren Visions. There's still a lot of Snapcasters in his deck. Still a few Lilianas, I'm sure, in his deck. Another Angler's going to come out, or a Murderous Cut. Yeah, Angler at this point, of course, is one of the weakest cards. Especially this means he can't Wrath the board. And a Death Mark, but he's out of cards now. I think what you do is you just plus Liliana. Gets rid of my Ranger, but now he's dead. Didn't want to see Wimber's Heights, right? Because I can attack him with all the flyers. And he has to block them all. And he has to block there, and he has to block there, and he has to block there, and take 4, but then I lose some stuff. I just think I swing in with the Pride Mate. He loses an Angler here. Surprised he's going to go that direction to kill a Spirit. I'm thinking he's thinking he's got to grind his way out of this. Just going to go down to a 2, huh? And Wimber's Heights, which isn't a deadland because it allows me to put another Ranger underneath, which at this point is like the most amazing card that can go underneath. So he's got a top deck in Damnation and then have like no Tassiger and then just hope to get Liliana high enough. Which is what I think he's trying to do. And that's game. All right, so we win that one. So we are now 1-1. And yes, that guy was a... No, Darkfin was not. He was a... I was not playing up. See how our Tron player did. What was his name? M. Watts. M. Watts lost. That's not good for us. So we have our tiebreakers are a 1 and 2, or a 1 and 1 and a 0 and 2 at the moment. Anywho, we'll go on to the next match. This has been Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.